Welcome to a stand-up comedy special, or should I say the Christmas stand-up comedy special here at Swan TV above the Volcano Theatre in Swansea. I was going to start tonight by talking about climate change. Well, it's one way of breaking the ice. On the other hand, I could talk about the Titanic, because that's another way of breaking the ice. First there was the Titanic, then the Titan. What next? The Tit. They do say Madonna is going to go down next in a mini submarine because she always wanted to be a deep sea diva. Boom, boom. And it'd be quite easy to find her if her mini submarine imploded because the cones would be floating on the surface of the water. Yes, that's right. It's jokes, humour, and all sorts of comedic things tonight. We've got about 5 or 6 guests. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. My first guest, I'm going to have a quick chat here with Gareth Hunt. How are you?
I'm all right.
And also on the sofa, we've got John Collins. Yeah, but we talked to him last time. Gareth, now you will be doing a character for us later on in this comedy cavalcade. Yes. A character called Welsh Jesus.
That's correct.
And when people hear that name, I'm sure some people are going to be worried, oh, is that blasphemous or something? But what I'm interested in is, because when you came up with that character, I was amazed first time I saw it. You had a wig, you had long hair, yeah, and you wear a costume. Where did this idea come from for a character, Welsh Jesus?
Well, when we were in lockdown, remember lockdown?
I lived through it.
Yeah, I survived it as well.
It was very depressing.
It was very
depressing. I rang the Samaritans, I did.
Yeah.
I couldn't get hold of the good one, though. I should have rang Jesus. Yeah.
I'm cracking up already, no.
I know.
Right.
I know you are.
So, lockdown, 2020.
Yes.
Right. My missus would...
What? Your missus would...
Right.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's better. Right, so, lockdown 2020. We put the, because I have a son who was 1 year old at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we put him down for his nap at about midday.
Yeah.
My missus would be downstairs watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and I would go upstairs and write some funny poems.
Yeah.
And one of them poems was called Welsh Jesus.
I know the poem. Yeah, I've seen you do it.
Yeah, and then fast forward about a year later when I started doing stand-up again.
Yeah.
I was doing the Welsh Jesus poem, but I wasn't dressing up as Jesus. So I was only getting half a laugh. And it was actually my girlfriend who suggested that I buy a costume from Amazon.
Okay.
And I haven't looked back since.
Okay, so when people talk about comedy characters, it depends how deep you want to get. People talk about putting on a mask, personae, you know, the old acting stuff, yeah, the method and all that.
Yeah.
Or is it just as simple as you putting on a voice and you look different, but it's basically Gareth Hunt? Or is there a different person there?
Well, I think it's, you know, he has got a character of, you know, the way I look at it is, he's 2,000 years old and he's still a virgin, like, you know, so he's going to be annoyed, he's going to be arrogant, like, you know, and he's going to be a bit, you know, he's going to have a bit of a swagger, like, because he's the son of God. But, yeah, it's the opposite of what I am. I'm not a 2,000-year-old virgin. Yeah. I'm not confident, and I haven't got an ego.
You're very relaxed.
And I've got short hair.
You're very relaxed, and I notice when you do come on stage as Welsh Jesus, there's a sort of almost like a confrontational element between Welsh Jesus and the audience, and I find that quite exciting to watch.
Yeah, there is a bit. And when you dress as Jesus, I find that you can get away with murder with the crowd, like any hecklers or anything like that. You know, you can just tell them to shut the fuck up, like.
Yeah.
And like I've had a couple of people who've
rude word,
shut the beep up. And I've had a couple of people who've just gone like, oh, sorry Jesus in the audience, like, and if I spoke to them like that off stage, yeah, I'd be in a bit of trouble, like, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's going to be great. We're going to look forward to you coming on as Welsh Jesus later on.
Yes.
And I will allow you to go off and change.
Okay.
Just like Anthea Redfern in the Generation Game.
That shows your age.
Yeah, you can give us a tour later on. Okay. And or you can give me a whisper or a crunchy if you like. Oh, sorry.
This isn't going on the thing.
It is. This is smooth. This is compared to usual. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
And don't forget, Jesus could walk on water because he is a Jehovah craft. Now then, we got. We got a cavalcade of comedians, one after the other, bang, bang, bang. And the first comedian is here. We would talk to you the other week, didn't we, John?
We did indeed.
And how did your craft fair go, by the way, in Elysium?
I sold 4 cards.
Excellent. Okay, so the first performance tonight in the Christmas stand-up special is a very special Christmas. Well, you've adopted some of your material, I believe, John. It's John Collins. He's from the Swansea Valley. Let's hear it for John Collins.
Hey! Hello, everyone. Hello. And thank you for coming. And yes, you are right. I do look like someone that's been let out for the day. In fact, people often, when people meet me, they do tend to think that, they tend to think one of two things. They tend to think that either they should call the police, or that I'm lost, and that they should definitely call the police. But you know something? We all judge by appearances. We may not think we do, but we do. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll get up in the morning, and I'll look in the mirror, and I'll think, ooh, I don't know about you, John. Anyway, as it's Christmas, I thought I'd dig into the history of Christmas, find out a few facts about Christmas. And one of the facts I found out about Christmas is that statistically, in this room, there's at least one person that's molested a turkey. So who is it?
I only gobbled one.
Hey! Right, Noel's admitted to gobbling one. Who molested that? Dead or alive? The other thing I found out about Christmas is that Dylan Thomas, author of A Child's Christmas in Wales, he would have been 109 this year if he hadn't started celebrating early and died at 39. But I thought, I did think about doing a parody of the 12 days of Christmas, but I could only get up to 4 days. So I've written some alternative Christmas carols to go with my alternative Christmas cards. So here we go. Okay? Right, eyes down.
House.
I don't know why I'm doing this with my foot, I don't know. Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen. He'd invited a German cannibal to prepare the Christmas dinner. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Your tax bits will be given to you on your arrival. We accept cash, cheque, PayPal and Google Pay. Hark, herald the angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, and Tundek crown a new celebrity king of the jungle. Too much ham? Away in a manger, no crib for a bed. Well, that's Travelodge for you. Once in royal David's city stood a lowly cattle shed, where a mother lay her baby in a manger for his bed. Well, that's Airbnb for you. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Shit, I've left the lights on in the shop. Little donkey, on a dusty road, got to keep on plodding onwards with your precious load. In 300 yards, take the second exit at the roundabout. The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, tend to become MILFs. I I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. I bet the passengers were well pissed off, well pissed off, well pissed off. I bet the passengers were well pissed off on Christmas Day in the morning. I think TripAdvisor was busy that day, busy that day, busy that day. I think TripAdvisor was busy that day, later in the evening. God rest you, merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Our Christmas party will continue despite the arrest of Ray. And to finish off, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh God, my Christmas tree is on fire. Don't buy your lights off eBay.
I am so grateful to be here. I'm really grateful to be here. I thought, what better to tell you about than my friend's 50th birthday. We're on a train on the way to Bristol, you know. But what happens on tour stays on tour. Unless, like me, you can be really, really loose-lipped. But I've been told that some pelvic floor exercises should sort that out. Billy Connolly famously observed that women are rubbish at holding in secrets, but they're really, really great at holding in farts. So if you want to tell a woman a fart, you should... If you want to tell a woman a fart, if you want to tell a woman a secret, you should whisper it up her ass. My boyfriend said something about whispering up my ass, but I think he was on about the chocolate bar. So... I'll just tell you, we're on the way to Bristol, we're on a train, and we're going to go for a cocktail making experience, because even in our 50s, we enjoy a long, slow, comfortable screw against the wall, don't we? Especially if the mixologist looks like Jason Statham. So we get off the train, and we go to a makeup counter, and I fall in love with this lipstick. And I thought, that's really kind of like interesting looking packaging there. I thought, oh, it looks like a dildo, doesn't it? So I thought, well, if Ann Summers and Love Honey collaborated and made a combination lipstick bullet, if this was going to fall out of my purse, I wouldn't be embarrassed because it's just a lipstick. But I can imagine me going to the ladies' toilets and pressing the wrong button, and I'd be like, hey! And having like a priceless Picasso come face. But do you know how much I paid for this lipstick? 25 quid.
God, God.
They must have seen me coming. I'll skip forward from my friend's 50th birthday and tell you a bit about my 50th. I would have loved to have gone to Vegas because you know what they say? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Unless you get chlamydia and that's coming back on the train, on the plane with you. But what did I get? Well, I had a cheating boyfriend. Oh. My narcissistic father passed away. And breast cancer. So, if you think, is she going to be like the Adele of comedy?
Yeah, okay.
No, I've not cancelled a gig yet. So, what goes ha 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 bonk? Me laughing my tits off. It's been humour for the tumour all the way. I'd love a Netflix special called Laughing Your Tits Off, but I think all I would get really on Netflix is a show about hoarding. When the doctor said to me that I had to lose the breast, I was devastated because naturally I love to keep things. I'm a hoarder. My friends have been really, really great and really supportive. I've had this marvellous scarf. It actually snowed on my operation day and I went into hospital singing, "It's like snow on your operation day." Well, I tell you what is ironic, Alanis. I got into comedy for Stand Up to Cancer, and I'm still standing up to cancer, only this time it's personal, mofo. My hair is growing back, and I would love to say that the big C is gone. Yay. I'm not talking about my ex, he's a massive C. Though I can't strictly call him a cunt, because that would infer he has depth and warmth. I'll just end by saying, ladies, check your boobies. Gents, check your balls. And if you're consenting adults, check each other's. I've been Sian Fisher.
Siarad Cymraeg, motherfuckers! I'm Welsh Jesus. I fed the poor at Ponty with cob and scampi. Welsh Jesus. I turned the water into Carlin and invented the word Bampy. Welsh Jesus. You know the Brecon Beacons? Yeah? My fucking dad made her! Welsh Jesus. I made the Mannix melodic and formed the stereophonics.
Welsh Jesus.
There she fucking is, boys. Shh. Tom Jones is going to live until he's 104. You're welcome. Woo! I walked on water from Porthcawl to Barry.
Welsh Jesus.
My favourite musical is Grease. Some people think it's Jesus Christ Superstar. Why?
Welsh Jesus.
Fucking right, Welsh Jesus. Remember the Sermon on the Mount? They got it wrong. It was actually the Sermon in Mount Pleasant.
Welsh Jesus.
He fucking knows. Shh. Don't worry. Wales will win the World Cup one day. Well, you don't think I can make that happen? I'm fucking Welsh Jesus! They killed me off, but I rose again 3 days later in Danarogov. I made Derek the weatherman and built Penavan.
Welsh Jesus!
Land of my fathers, land of my father, motherfuckers.
Welsh Jesus.
I got crucified in Barguide and told Max Boyce where Treorchy was.
Welsh Jesus.
Shut up. My surname in Christ is Williams. Bethlehem? More like Bethlehem, am I right?
Welsh Jesus.
Alright, fuck off. We had the Last Supper in an Indian in Ceredigion. I had the lamb balti. Judas is a twat!
Welsh Jesus!
I freed the slaves of Swansea and parted the river Taff. Oh, fuck. No. Sorry, that wasn't me, it was Welsh Moses. Oh well, if anyone needs me, I'll be watching over the Principality Stadium. Welsh Jesus, out!
Hey! Welsh Jesus! Yes! Holy smoke, what a performance!
A few weeks ago, I achieved two of my lifetime ambitions. After 44 years, I retired from work.
Hey!
And I took a shit on my boss's desk. Seems a bit of a harsh way to put my resignation in, I know, but in fairness, I was working for Swansea Council, so I think that's fair enough. I also wanted to retire when I was young enough for people to look at me and say, you don't look old enough.
You don't look old enough.
Thank you, I didn't have to fish for that at all. It was my first job when I left school. I did do a short stint in the army. Unfortunately, I caught chlamydia and had a discharge, so spent the next few months just sitting in my bedroom, compulsively listening to heavy metal in chronological order. OCDC. After that, I thought, I want to do a job which I enjoy and something I'm qualified for. So I became a gay porn star. The only qualification you need from that is to have a big penis. So if anything, I'm overqualified. I remember a friend of mine saying to me once, I got a fantasy. I'd love to snort cocaine off your cock. I thought, ooh, crack on. I don't like to boast, but you overdosed. I was doing this all back in the 80s, this 40 years ago, and in fairness, there was no internet then. So if you wanted to watch pornography, you had two choices. You either had to go to the video shop and get a video from under the counter, or buy a magazine. Well, I was in a few films. I was in Dies Hard, The Italian Blowjob, Shaving Ryan's Privates, The Fist and the Furry Ass. It's rude, isn't it? I don't do that anymore, but I still like to keep my hand in. I think my best achievement, though, was when I got a centre spread in a magazine. Because you know you made it big when you got a centre spread. And it's a lovely photograph of me just laying back, showing off my bits. Nothing sexual at all, completely artistic. So long as you ignore the leather harness I'm wearing and the gimp I'm using as a footstool. And to this day, I still look at that photograph and it still brings a tear to my eye. I'm not nostalgic. It's because I got a staple through my bollock. But unfortunately, it's a young man's game, and I decided to give it up when my pubic hair started going grey. And I know it's a done thing these days to shave, but back in the 80s that hadn't been invented. So I dyed it, and it was great. I was like a young man again. Trouble is, when the grey grew back through, it just looked like a badger in a sleeping bag. So anyway, I'm retired now, and I don't do any of that anymore, and I retired from my ordinary day job. And I was a bit worried about being bored. I was wondering what to do with my time. And I got inspired by something that happened a few years ago in Llandovery. I don't know if you've ever been to Llandovery, but there's not much there. Twin Town, Chernobyl. I was in a pub, minding my own business, and this woman came up to me and she said, "And what do you do for a living?" I said, "Well, I'm a carpenter." "Are you?" "My husband's a carpenter. Of course, he's self-employed. I don't suppose you are." I thought, "Ooh, what a bitch." She's just ripe for a winding up here. So I said, "Yeah, I own my own business. I make bondage furniture to order." She said, "You do?" Yeah. I said, bondage chairs, crucifixes, spanking tables, you name it. I'll take an order and I'll build them, purpose-built. She ran away. She was going through the pub and I could see her in the distance saying, "See him over there, see him. Guess what he does?" Next thing I know, there's a fella sitting in by the side of me and he started chatting into me. Long story short, 10 minutes later, he was taking an order for an adult-sized cot. So that's what I do. That's what I do now. So if anybody watching this wants to make an order. Before I go, I would like to give a great big shout out to any men with moustaches. Women as well, I don't want to be sexist. Especially if you've grown one from November. I tried it last year and I stuck it for 2 weeks and it was absolutely ruining my life. You know the hair when it's on your lip and you constantly go. You know what it reminded me of? That time when you're just about to perform oral sex on a lady. I'm saying lady, doesn't have to be a lady. It could just as easily be a slag. On that note, I think I better go before I say something rude. Thank you for watching me.
Not everybody likes it when it's Christmas. For some of us it really is a pain to spend money we haven't got on things we do not need. To me that feels really quite insane. Not everybody has a happy family. Some of us are orphans or estranged. Worse, why would you spend time with folk you don't get on with? 'Cause to me that's really quite deranged. Not everybody wants to eat dead animals, although be fair, some do taste really nice. Some prefer vegan and no booze, not me. I prefer a large vodka over ice. I just don't feel the need to kill a tree, light it up, dress it and bring it into the home. Then throw it out a few days later with all the wrapping paper and turkey bones. I don't think this is what Jesus would have wanted on the alleged day of his birth. My feeling is he wanted love and kindness for every living thing upon the earth. Not everybody wants to shop in sales, but prefer to walk in nature, which is free. Christmas is crackers if your life is in tatters and you can't afford to get a cup of tea. How about we use our actual human presence and forget about the stupid presents and give those who are lonely and living on the street love and kindness and food to eat. How about we celebrate our lives instead of Christmas and get into the 21st century? If we embrace the magic inside us, then we wouldn't feel so darn empty. Not everyone at first will understand this, 'cause they are addicted to the farce. But if you want to experience the universe within you, you gotta get off of your ass. Transformation is entirely possible. We can do it if we really try. It's as easy as believing a man can walk on water and a fat man with 8 reindeer can fly. Whew. So, not everybody likes it when it's Christmas. I think by now you'll have caught my vibe. So, be kind to yourself and all you meet. Be with those you truly love and make them now your forever tribe. Happy Yuletide greetings.
Yeah! Woo!